Welcome to Diamond Light Tarot. I'm happy to join this community of spirit communicators, and I've been very surprised by the readings that I've done. I've had two very specific readings. The one for Gemini is about domestic violence and abuse, and the one for Aries is about addictions. So if you know of anyone that is struggling with those issues, you could suggest to them that they could look at those readings also. They're not only for Gemini or Aries, because people all over the world are, affected by those struggles. And so I think maybe these readings turned out this way because Spirit knows that I have an expertise in those areas. I have 22 years of experience in the field of mental health, and so I have, a vast amount of experience, and so perhaps, this is why the readings have turned out this way, is because I'm able to help with those issues. And so also, on my website you can find my services for psychotherapy, and also my tarot services, of course, and also I'm a reconnection practitioner, so you can also order services for energy healing, which is chakra balancing, chakra cleansing. And so specifically the type of psychotherapy that I do, I work with people with depression, anxiety, addictions, such as drugs, alcohol, eating disorders, gambling, sex addiction, love addiction, those types of things. And what else? I'm also offering a contest, since I'm new here. If you would like to subscribe, I will be having a draw May 30th for a free service. You can choose from one of my 3 services, either psychotherapy, energy healing, or the tarot. And so I'll be giving away a free service May 30th for my subscribers. So thank you for joining me once again, and on to the reading. Hi Virgo. So Virgo, before we begin, I'd like to say that Spirit has asked me to teach everyone how to connect with them on a regular basis, and it's very simple. If you like, you can create your own sacred space. You can light a candle, light some incense if you like, though it's not necessary. Just find your own space where you can be quiet and connect with a spirit being. And this could be an angel, archangel, ascended master, such as Jesus, Buddha, Mary, whoever it is that you connect with, Archangel Michael, Saint Germain. There are many. Whoever it is that you believe in. Or it could also be an animal being, doesn't have to be spirit being like that. And so you sit with the image of this being, and you become one with that image. You become one with their energy, and you just hold that energy for as long as you want to, really. And if you have any questions, you can ask them questions. So you can do that during this reading. I will start off by bringing in reconnection frequencies, and I am a reconnection practitioner. So those frequencies are higher dimensional frequencies. So I bring that into every reading, and I first start off with a spirit reading, which is direct channeling from Spirit. And so we'll just start off. I start off by, I just wave my hands like this, and that brings in the reconnection frequencies. So just allow yourself to feel the energies, and I will begin with the spirit reading. Beloved Virgo, we welcome you into our space and frequency of love and joy. We are your masters and guides coming through to give you a message through our channel, Aaliyah. At this time of May 2016, Virgo, you are riding the wave of prosperity in your life. Your hard work and determination are reaping rewards in your life, and you will see the fruits of your labor now. When you work with such action in your life, you allow the universe to intervene on your behalf to bring you the best outcomes. Do not hold so firmly onto your plans. Remain open for the magical energies of spirit to influence your life. When you hold on too tight and attempt to control every circumstance, your possibilities will be limited. Allow divine intervention to take place within your life. Go with the flow. Live within the universal flow, and you will see the magic play out in your life. Abundance comes in ways you could not have imagined when you remain open. For some of you, joy will come in love at this time. You will join with a soulmate at this time. Joy fills your heart as you welcome the abundance of joy and prosperity. We rejoice at this abundance in your life at this time, Virgo. It is indeed a time of higher frequencies on your earth. You have never experienced these higher frequencies at any other time in history. You are now ready to welcome these higher frequencies. It is for this reason that our channel Aliyah comes to you all now to help raise the frequency for those not experiencing it yet, and to maintain the frequency for those already experiencing it. We are with you always, Virgo. Open your heart to receive. Thank you, Spirit, for that beautiful message. Beautiful, inspired message for Virgo. So, Spirit, what message do you have in the cards for Virgo? What message do you hold in the cards? Okay. So Virgo, we start with the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, the Magician at your basis, Ace of Swords, the Tower, the Hierophant, lots of major arcanas, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so Virgo, here at the center card, we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, on positive side, the Knight of Cups is a very sensitive soul. He's a poet and a lover of all things romantic and refined, and he uses his imagination in a lot of different ways, and he taps the deepest levels of emotion. And he knows how to create beauty, and he knows how to share it with others. But on the negative side, this knight, he's prone to flights of fancy, prone to illusions, and has very melodramatic moods. So he's too temperamental, and sometimes he will take offense easily. And so the Knight of Cups can be very, very emotional. So this shows that his sensitive style is involved in the situation as an aspect of you, Virgo, or someone else, or it could be the atmosphere in general. So if his style is in your life, some balance is needed. So you can ask yourself, are your feelings appropriate or are they excessive? Are your daydreams unrealistic? Or could it be that somebody's moodiness is driving you crazy these days? Is your home life ruled by emotion rather than common sense? And if so, then maybe it's time for a change. But if this night's energy is missing, ask yourself, are you too restrained? Then you might want to express your feelings. Do you always make the most practical choice? If so, then you might want to go for an extravagant choice instead. Do you avoid introspection? And if you do, then you might want to take some time to look within and just to think about your life some more. So crossing the center card, we have the King of Cups. So the personality of the King of Cups is a combination of the positive water energy of the cups suit and the outward focus of the king. He's wise and understanding, and with a deep knowledge of the world that comes from his heart. He's a teacher and a way shower, and he's calm and relaxed in all situations, and he seems to know intuitively what is called for at any moment. But this position as a maintainer of society, it doesn't fit him all that well, because cups symbolize the creative imagination. And to achieve success, the king has to discipline and even suppress his dreams. And the fish is a symbol of creativity, and this fish hangs around his neck, but it's an artificial ornament. So Virgo, this means that you may have suppressed your dreams, believing that you needed to in order to achieve success. You might have directed your creative powers into socially responsible achievements. So you have been successful, but water demands to flow and not to be confined. So behind his throne here, there's a live fish that jumps through the waves, signifying that the creative imagination remains alive. You see this fish right here. So your creative imagination remains alive even when it's pushed to the background. So also his throne floats on a lively sea. But he doesn't actually touch the water, indicating that his achievement derives ultimately from creativity. Though he has shaped his life in such a way that he separates himself from his own playful, poet-like imagination. So this imagery suggests someone who has dammed up his or her emotions and imagination, and responsibility comes before self-expression. And the king does not look at his cup, but he just holds it in the same way that he holds his scepter, which is, his scepter is a symbol of power. So if this is you, Virgo, you may be suppressing your creativity, imagination, and your emotions because of your social responsibilities and work. So you may be suppressing anger and all feelings, even from yourself, and always trying to maintain a calm exterior. So this is what's crossing the Knight of Cups here. At the basis, Virgo, you have the Magician card. So as at the beginning of the major arcana, the Magician represents consciousness, action, and creation. And he symbolizes manifestation, that is, making something real out of the possibilities of life. So he not only uses the physical world for his magical creations, but he also creates the world, giving life meaning and direction. And he's surrounded by flowers, which reminds us that the emotional and creative power we feel in our lives needs to be grounded in physical reality for us to get any value from it. Let's see here, she's just totally surrounded by flowers. So unless we make something of our potential, it does not really exist. So the magician is the archetype of the active masculine principle, the ultimate achiever, and he symbolizes the power to tap universal forces and use them for creative purposes. And if you notice the way he's standing in the picture, he's acting like a lightning rod. He has one arm extended up into the divine for inspiration, and the other arm is pointing toward earth to ground his potent energy. So Virgo, with the magician in the position of basis, this indicates that you have been influenced by the magical, mystical energies of the magician in your past, and it is currently still with you, influencing every aspect of your life. You have been and still are taking action and doing what needs to be done in your life, and you are now realizing your potential and making what's possible real, and you are practicing what you preach. You are carrying out your plans and producing magical results at this time, and you are using your talents, and you are acting consciously, knowing what you are doing and why. But I say you're using your talents, however, here the King of Cups indicated that, you know, perhaps you're not using your full creative abilities. But I would say that with the magician in the reading here, the magician is going to make that happen. So the magician, it also means that you're totally committed and you're applying your force of will. And you are setting aside all distractions and you're feeling centered and focusing on a goal. And so as you are starting to be creative, you are making a strong impact, and also you can be creating miracles at this time. And so as the magician, you believe in yourself and you are willing to put that belief on the line, and the magician can focus with single-minded determination. And as long as he remembers the divine source of his power, the magician remains the perfect conduit for miracles. And Virgo, the magician implies that the forces of creativity are yours if you can claim your power and act with awareness and concentration. And this card is a signal to act, and to act now, provided you understand exactly what you want and you are committed to getting it. And with this creative spiritual blessing of the magician that comes to grace your life, Virgo, you must remember that we can only hold on to power in our lives by constantly discharging it, and by releasing and blessing the lives of others with this creative power. We open ourselves up to receive a continuing flow of this magical spiritual power. However, by trying to hold on to it, we block the channels and the sense of power, and life itself can just wither. It could just wither away. So this power that you hold now, this power must never be abused, as it will become negative. So what I mean by that is that be very conscious not to abuse your power with coworkers, with family, with your children. Just be very mindful of that, because it is a very, very strong energy. I've had the magician in my life since the beginning of this year, and I have lived the energies of the magician and the tower and the sun fully. I have lived these energies fully, and I have known these energies fully, you know, so I know the power of it. And the magician will bypass any ego thing you have going on in your life. Any ego plans, you know, will be bypassed, because spirit is in charge. I believe, I firmly believe, when you have the magician in your life, that is spirit energy. And yeah, so just be very mindful of that, and also just give thanks and use this blessing to not only bless your life, but the lives of others. And this power will continue to grow. It is very much a blessing in your life at this time. So, in your position of recent past, Virgo, by the way, this is the Celtic Cross spread. So in the position of the recent past, we have the Ace of Swords. So Virgo, you are currently, the Ace of Swords would indicate that in your recent past, there was a confusing, emotional, or oppressive situation, which could also be affecting you right now. But the Ace of Swords energy will help your mind to pierce the fog and knots and to give you a clear understanding of the real facts. And the Ace of Swords signifies emotional force, both love and hate, in extreme forms. And you can notice the tight grip on the sword here. And for people who have suffered abuse of some kind, focusing on the Ace of Swords can act as a way of bringing to the surface repressed anger. And the Ace of Swords is a symbol of possibility in the area of intelligence, reason, justice, truth, and clarity. And Virgo, a seed of clear understanding has been planted in your life, although you might not yet recognize it. And when this seed sprouts, it could take almost any form. And it might be some compelling idea, could be the desire for truth, could be a call to justice or a need to be honest. And on the outside, it could be an offer or a gift, an opportunity or encounter or some kind of synchronistic event in your life. And sometimes this ace stands for a challenge that will test you in some way. And this card also, in this position, could mean that you have been tested in the recent past in some way. And so this card is a reminder for you to face this challenge if you haven't already experienced it. And whatever it is, just face it with courage, with honesty, and firm resolve. And in every challenge, Virgo, there is an opportunity. So when you see the Ace of Swords, just examine your life to see how its clean, sharp energy could work for you. And think about your problem objectively. And you can look for situations that are unjust or confusing, and you can resolve to set them right. And so just commit to being honest and ethical. And this card tells you that you do have the inner resources to overcome all obstacles and find the truth of your situation. And this is the promise of the Ace of Swords. And so there's very strong forces at play for you right now, Virgo. As I was saying, with the Magician and now with the Ace of Swords. And so these strong forces, they're cutting through what has not been working for you, helping you to see clearly and guiding you to a more empowered situation for yourself. And so, of course, here with these cards, I'm not surprised now we're seeing the Tower. Talk about cutting through. The Tower can certainly do that. So Virgo, during this period of time, you may experience the destruction of a long-standing situation in your life. There may be a breakup of a relationship and anger or even violence. And when the Tower appears, we have to remember that it leads to freedom. And the explosions will clear up some situation that has built up an intolerable pressure. And this is leading to a new beginning for you. So you're now breaking free from something that's been holding you back. So you break free and you are empowered now and you are going forward. So welcome this very necessary and empowering change in your life. So yes, the Tower does represent sudden and dramatic upheaval or reversal in fortune. And usually change is gradual, giving us time to adapt, but sometimes it is quick and explosive, and that's what we usually see with the Tower. So sudden crises are life's way of telling you to wake up, that something's wrong, that you're not responding. So, this is when you might expect a blow to your ego, or this is when the dam bursts. And as I said, whatever ego plans you have might be blown away. As mine were. Before I started this work, I had all kinds of plans and that were just shot down because that was not the divine plan for me at this time. Those were my own ego plans. They were not the divine plan. So I believe that the divine plan is in the works. When you have the Tower going on here, when you have the Tower in the reading plus the Magician, and you have another major arcana, the Hierophant, all of this signifies that you have spirit in your life very active at this time, Virgo, and all of this shake up and breakdown is bringing you to your divine purpose, whatever that is. And so things are just going to be flushed away for you. And so at this time, I think it's just really important to just go with the flow. And how you respond to the Tower's change makes all the difference, and how uncomfortable the experience will be. So recognize that the disruption occurs because it is needed. And so you may feel a tremendous release that you have finally been forced in a new direction. And as I am right now, I'm very happy to be doing what I'm doing right now. So I am relieved that my own personal legal plans didn't work out, even though the Tower action was really shocking at the time. I did just go with the flow, and I was trusting, and I encourage you to do the same. And even though it is a big time of shake-up and shakedown, so you might have a burst of insight about your situation, and you may reach a new level of understanding about it if you do allow yourself to go with the flow at this time. And so it just calls for a lot of trust at this time in your life. With such major changes, you do have to have a lot of trust that Spirit is guiding you in a beautiful direction. So here in the position of near future, we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant represents official learning, especially in groups. And the Hierophant is someone who interprets knowledge. And in the position of near future, Virgo, the Hierophant indicates that you will be learning with experts or knowledgeable teachers. And this card also stands for institutions and their values. And the Hierophant is a symbol of the need to conform to rules or fixed situations. And groups can be enriching, or they can be stifling, depending on the circumstances. So sometimes we need to follow a program or embrace tradition, and other times we need to trust ourselves and go our own way, which is ultimately, obviously, what I ended up doing. But, in doing what I'm doing now, reading these cards and offering my services, I am definitely following the guidance of Spirit. And also, giving the Spirit readings is, I'm really, I've learned to just follow the guidance of Spirit, lest my own ego plans be torn down. So that's been the big learning for me. And so you may possibly be in the process of learning the same thing, Virgo. So the Hierophant card is reinforced by the position of the Ten of Pentacles here, which also must conform to rules. Ten of Pentacles here is in the position of the Self here. So Virgo, it seems that after the breakdown of a situation indicated by the Tower, you may be taking a course or joining a group of some kind which will help you in your growth at this time. So in the position of 7, as I just said, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles stands for worldly and material success, and this is the card you want to see if you're wondering how your latest enterprise will turn out. So this indicates that wealth and affluence are yours. And yeah, it is in the position of self, so you are perhaps experiencing this right now. And the 10 of Pentacles is also concerned with permanence. So change is an unavoidable part of life, but constant change is uncomfortable. So we need stability and the chance to work for a secure foundation. So this card might be telling you to concentrate on the long term and work towards a lasting solution. So now might be the time to settle down and make the arrangements that will work for you far into the future. So Virgo, the 10 of Pentacles card is also reinforced by the Hierophant here, as I said before, which indicates that you will be learning something that will bring you great abundance. So in the position of your environment, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so the Queen of Pentacles, this is combines the positive earth energy of the Pentacle suit with the inward focus of the Queen. So the Queen is very welcoming and nurturing, and her greatest pleasure is to care for other people. And so she's in the position of environment. So this is your friends and family. So you may be in a good environment right now. So she's warm and generous, and so in day-to-day matters she's sensible and practical, and she doesn't have a lot of time for elaborate plans and other things like that. So you know, she's very sensible and practical, very down to earth, matter of fact, and she's very loyal. And so because she's very trusting by nature, and others also trust her completely. So, you know, if you're hurting or in need, the Queen of Pentacles will calm your fears, and, you know, she's someone that you can share your troubles with. So Virgo, the Queen of Pentacles now asks you to think and feel as she does. For example, are you feeling warm and caring towards others? Are you being sensible, and have you been true to your word? Do you feel generous, and can you be counted on when times are tough? So she carries the quality of self-awareness, and she knows and believes in herself and in the magic of her life. So Virgo, this means that you have reached a level of healing now where you have come back to life. And so, you know, perhaps you've taken a course, as indicated with the Hierophant, and you've been experiencing healing as a part of that learning and growing. And your heart is open, and you are able to give and receive love because you are giving a love and compassion to yourself at this time. So you trust yourself now, and you're ready to share your love with another, knowing that this love will flourish and grow. And if it does not, you will have enough self-worth to let it go. So this Queen can also represent a man or woman who is like her, or it could represent an atmosphere of warmth and trust and security. So this means that her special energy has meaning for you at this time, Virgo. So you just let yourself be inspired by this Queen. And also, you know, with the Tower, with all of the shakeup going on in your life, you know, it might, if you have this Queen of Pentacles in your life, if she is somebody else in your life, you know, mother or friend that's like that, so she could be a good support for you at this time, because it is, you know, it can be a rough time with this Tower and the Ace, with all of this going on. So, in your hopes and fears position, we have the Queen of Swords, another Queen. So the personality of the Queen of Swords combines the positive air energy of the swords with the inward focus of the Queen. So you can always count on her to tell you exactly how it is. And above all else, she admires honesty and she lives by her commitment to being truthful. So lies, tricks, and games do not interest the Queen of Swords. So she is experienced in the ways of the world, and so she's not easily fooled by anything. And so she can size up a situation really quick. And so she prefers to be straightforward and direct. And her observations are very candid, but never hurtful. And she has a good sense of humor, and she knows that life isn't meant to be taken too seriously. So, Virgo, you can ask yourself, do you think and feel as she does? For example, are you being completely honest? Do you see the humor in a situation? Are you getting right to the point? Have you figured out what's really going on in a situation? Are you letting yourself be fooled at this time? And so this Queen can also represent a man or woman who is like her, or it could be that you're in an atmosphere of honest, direct communication. So her special energy has a meaning for you at this time. So you can let yourself be inspired for her by this energy. So in the outcome, we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five illustrates conflict and loss of some kind. For the Five of Pentacles, this may mean material problems, health problems, or rejection of some kind. For you, Virgo, I'm getting that you may experience a lack of support in your decision to change careers, perhaps. And so, we can review the entire spread right now. So looking at the center and the crossing cards, the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, the King was suppressing his true desires and creative pursuits in order to fulfill his duties and responsibilities. And he was suppressing not only his desires, but also his emotions. And so the Magician here, the Magician shows up to make things happen for you and to bring you into alignment with your higher calling in life. And so when the Magician shows up, big things happen, like it or not. The Magician will bypass whatever plans your ego conjures up at this time. So your plans may not materialize if they are not in alignment with your highest potential at this time. So the Magician means business, and you are ready for all of these changes. So then the Ace of Swords shows up to help you cut through all of the lies and false self that you have set up around yourself, your life, your work. And then the Magician brings on the Tower and really shakes things up in your life. So some kind of major loss happens, or a major upset that helps you break free from something that has been holding you back. So you break free, and now you are empowered as you move forward. However, you might not get the support of everyone at this time because you are doing something different that they don't understand. So maybe this is where the Five of Pentacles comes in. So allow yourself to be supported by the Queen of Pentacles here, who is a mother figure and will nurture you at this time. So Virgo, you are going through this major change in your life, changing your identity perhaps, who you've known yourself to be, changing your work, transitioning into a new career. And this is the difficult period of transition from one way of being into the next, represented by the Five of Pentacles. So allow yourself to go with the flow of where Spirit is guiding you, and know that you will arrive at a better place. So just have faith and, have trust at this time. It's a very important time in your life. So thank you, Virgo, for joining me. So until we meet again, Virgo, open your heart to receive and step into your abundance. So thank you so much for joining me here. If you would like a personalized reading, an energy healing session, or psychotherapy session, please go to my website, diamondlightawakening.com. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And also remember to subscribe to be entered into the contest to win one of my services for free that's being drawn May 30th. Thank you. Bye now.